Hello, welcome back to Auto Pop Culture, and today we're going over Niall Horan's second album called Heartbreak Weather. So this album is I actually okay. Let me back up for a minute. So first off, I kind of got into his first album, Flicker. I think it was really, I think it was okay. I think it made it solidified what type of sound he was gonna bring to his fans as a individual that's away from one direction. But with that said, that goes into the second album, which is I feel actually I was going to give it a lot of like shit and everything, but honestly I feel like it's a little bit it is decent. It's a decent record, but I feel like it's also not a like it's not anything to run home about and just talk about and everything. I do love the message. I do understand that it's going through themes of heartbreak and themes of like stages of different parts of relationships in that type of direction. But I also feel like it doesn't bring anything new to the table other than a couple of songs that kind of sound something really nice. But I feel like with this with his way of going, it seems like he's going more acoustics, more like soft alternative kind of direction, with a mixture between like your unbelievable kind of vibes that you'll get from Nice to Meet Ya. And I feel like his singles were great. Like the singles that came out from it made a lot of sense because it showed different parts of who he was. Nice to Meet Ya, a little bit of, a little love on me, and what was the other one? No Judgment, which is I really love No Judgment. That was really cute. Those did bring a lot to the table. They brought different sides of him to the table, which I thought was really nice. But and it also and I love the production and promotion that they were doing, or sorry, promotion that he was doing with his crew to make it more like to advertise the album. So he did like a weather watch with his like with each song, and music videos had little like Easter eggs into it throughout the music video with different types of the song titles from the album, which was nice. And he also like played an anchor throughout the whole like as a trailer, a weather anchor as a trailer for the album, which was really nice. So his personality came into it full on, and it was really nice. But I do not think that this stood out to me. I think there's definitely people out there that's gonna love it. It's gonna think it's amazing. But I'm not the type to kind of lean into the acoustic soft alternative until I'm in the mood for it. And I feel like with this album, I feel like it started off great. When you get Heartbreak Weather was really nice. It's a great upbeat production. Is really nice. He pretty much is going. He's been through a lot of heartbreak. But the interest that the person that he's interested in is looking to change that, and so he definitely sees the change with this person in mind. I do feel like some of the songs were a little One Direction-y. So like Black and White sound very One Direction-y, and it sounded like a song that if they kept on going, they would have made a wedding song by then. I think this would have been it. What else? What was the other ones? Yeah, I feel like the first half, I didn't really care for the first half, to be honest. The themes of the first half made a lot of sense, but when it's after Put a Little Love on Me, that's when I feel like the album actually goes more in my favor of liking it. Like when you go into Everywhere, which has a great rhythm, has a great high vocals, and he kind of plays with it a little bit, really nice. Cross Your Mind is really nice. I love that Teddy Gehrig. I just butchered his last name, but I know you know who I'm talking about. So he pretty much did like she produced the excuse me for my pronouns. She produced the that song of Cross Your Mind as well with John Ryan, which I think is really nice. I think that's a really great idea. I think they both have great songwriting skills, insane songwriting skills, and I didn't really know they produced, so it's great. They're putting their toes into that too. The bass line's really nice in that song too. When you get into the other half of it, well, I will bring back one more thing. In the first half, Small Talk was really fun. I love that one. It's sexy. The production's really explosive in the chorus, and I think the way they handled it was so mature without kind of doing like a, because when people like without making it too immature, because I feel like there's certain, when you get out of the pop group, I feel like the ones that want to go sexy go extremely sexy to the point where just like you're trying to prove yourself to be sexy when you don't really have to be that hard. You have to prove that hard, because we already know that you're hot, but you have to add little words to it. You have to add more creativity other than just sliding on the ground and whatever, and talking about how she's in your sheets, and it's just like, yeah, it's pretty PG still. But I feel like he still kept it technically PG-13, but kept it where it was still still translates to what you're looking for, what it should have been. Another song that I liked was No Judgment, of course, and Still, I love Still. I think it's a great ending to the album. I feel like the ending, when it was just acoustic and whistling at the end, was very, very nice, very drifty and mellow. I love the theme of the song. It's very interesting. I love San Francisco and Still are two topics I feel like people don't really talk about much, as because of the weakness of being vulnerable towards an ex or towards somebody that you want back. I feel like that's kind of thrown out the window because we're into like self-love and everything, but not understanding that that is part of the human world that we're in. Like if you haven't tried to get back with your ex in some type of way, then if it hasn't happened yet, it probably will happen in one day. If not, good for you. But I really feel like it's one of those things. It's just like it's part of that human nature, especially if you're hooked on somebody you've been involved with and really have put their claws into you in that way. Still was really nice. I feel like first, let me back up for a second. San Francisco, which is a song before Still, kind of set it up a bit and kind of made it into more of a, like, he wants to get back with his ex in San Francisco, and people are saying it might be about Haley Steinfeld, which is, I don't really know. I know they dated or something like that, or were involved with each other, but I don't know how deep. And then Still kind of adds on to it by saying, like, if honesty is means telling you the truth, well, I'm still in love with you. I think it's really, really nice. I think it's kind of like very vulnerable and so nice especially for a male singer. It's very nice to see that kind of vulnerability. All in all, it's an okay album. It's not really speaking to me. I don't think I'm going to run back to it as often, other than like a couple of songs I like. So I give this a 7 out of 10 because there's just because I don't like it, because I can see the potential of why it's likable, but at the same time, it's just not my taste. So I'll give you that leeway so that it still can kind of it does have some type of value in its album in general. Leave a comment below, tell me what you thought, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, was it better than Flickr, was it worse than Flickr, let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video.